Okay, so search results are displayed in a single column, vertical format, often showing different presentations we have, right? What are the right names for them? We had one-dimensional model and two-dimensional presentation without categories. So for this it says vertical list view are displayed in a single column, vertical format, often showing detailed information for each item. It allows users to scroll through one at a time, with each item typically taking up the full width of the page. I don't agree with this part. This view can sometimes be called list view or detail view. So let's change this. So for the vertical list view, I don't agree with the part that says one item takes the full width of the page. Actually, this is true. The width of the page, yeah, but not the whole length. Is it length? Depth, whatever. So that's true. Let's say vertical list view. One dimension. Vertical list view. Vertical list view, which is called one-dimensional. Let's keep the one-dimensional here. For query Q, the platform finds M items relatable. We use this for the items. Oh, okay. I want to add a description of vertical. At this part, at this. Actually, that's great. I'm not just doing redundant work. This is when search results are displayed in a single column vertical format, often showing details information for each item. It allows users to scroll through one product at a time, with each item typically taking up the full width of the page. I can add a figure too. Well, let's see if our figures, no, so far. This part is kind of very fast switch to mathematics. Now I want to turn it into a proposal. So So gallery view or grid view. See multiple items on the screen at once. That sounds good too, grid view. That's actually without category. I don't know how lengthy should our proposal be, but I'm adding, then we can reduce. Sometimes very and implicit categorizing for a general query. Implicit vertical, what would I name it? Okay, before ChatGPT tell me. So vertical list view. Now we want to have like groups of items. Like it is a list vertical, but we have like 4 shoes, 4 shirts, 4 socks in an implicit way that we have different categories for one query. What should we name it? Implicit vertical list view, vertical list view with implicit categorization. Is an implicit category item for a general query in a vertical list view. What do you name it? Grouped search results or facet. Okay. This happens when items are organized into specific groups or categorization within the search, though the user hasn't known. And also be described as sectioned results when the search results are split sections based on certain attributes. Clusters. Okay, I don't know how, like, how good this is actually. Like how informative it is, you know. Sometimes maybe just repeating implicit without categorizing. Like, yeah, people now should memorize what clustered means, what section, implicit category present. I say implicit, categorized, you know. There's trade-off. Every time we see like section list, they should go back and see which one was section list. Implicit categorized vertical list view. Implicitly categorized. Implicitly categorized vertical list view. Grid view. Okay. For the grid view, sometime we have items we have one column, a vertical presentation of categories, and in each row they show vertical categories, and in each row they show what do they show? Multiple items in a row. Okay, in each row they show multiple items from that category. What do you, well, I say category presentation. Category based carousel. In an e-commerce design, it might also be category block layout, horizontal scrolling within vertical categories, nested category layout. I think nested category layout is better for the three-dimensional case. Instacart, right? Instacart. Okay, search breakfast. see. Can I zoom out? And then snipping tool. Can I copy it here? Just paste. Yeah. Yeah, the layout shown in new is an example of category-based grid view. Design categories. Horizontal product carousel within. What is carousel? Category grid layout with scrolling rows. That's a good one. Cara Delvinge. Carousel. Carousel. Be louder, bitch. Carousel. Category-based grid with horizontal scrolling within rows, or category grid layout with scrolling rows. That's good. That's better. The best. Shortest. Without categorization. So let's call this grid view. Let's call this Control V. Category grid layout with scrolling rows. And then we have grid view. Yeah, let's call this without presentation. And three-dimensional actually I like this term, nested category layout. sometimes you click on one category and it takes you to another page, but the results there are also categorized. What do you call this form of presentation? Nested category. Hierarchical. Faceted nav. Detail is going to be shown faceted navigation. You have to filter search within a broader. Drill down categories. That's a good name for the research. Tiered categories. I like all of this now. I like nested categories. So what did I write for them? So I want to have a better description of them. And then I want to also yeah, let's edit all of these shits. So the objective part, we did it with ChatGPT. It's also a bit, previous work is added by a son, so I trust him. And then let's do the methodology and approach. Approaches. So on my list in my notes, I had two things. No, I don't want to read the. Okay, I read the Airbnb paper, which was good. I found another paper. Well, okay, after reading Airbnb paper, I noticed that something is missing. They have a lot of experiments. They can run a lot of experiments. I don't think they don't have strong theory, or at the end what they study, they say, okay, this thing improved the result by 3%, but they don't give us something for later later studies. Okay, the only thing maybe is that we know that attention starts from the center of the screen and decays once we go to the edges. Or how users behavior model, but okay, they don't give us a mathematical formula, which is too much to ask for, right? They don't give us a strong theory and that simplifies our work. That's what my problem is. They say we ran this algorithm, it gives us this, which is good, but it would be nicer if by the end of the paper they say, okay, or maybe another paper, more theoretical, less based on the results from this paper, we can come up with this theoretical work model that other people, because they don't give us the data. They don't give us the data, so at least give us the model for user behavior. Either a machine learning model or a mathematical simple model that tells us how user behave. Well, they give us a good intuition that decays from the center. And what is the good number of pins to show? What I liked about Negin paper, but Negin's paper turns into a massive, huge book, 50 pages. They first come up with a consumer model, and then they do experiments that kind of try to see if that model at the beginning, how good it is. Does it work or not? This paper was much shorter, which is amazing, but didn't have that aspect. Somebody can write another paper on the side and compare that, okay, this is how user behave mathematically, and it is confirmed by the data. It is confirmed by the data. Or from the data, either you say, I have a mathematical model, or I don't know, machine learning model, I don't care, for how any model that predicts how user behaves. And then say, I had this data, and the data confirmed the model. Either this, or you say, I studied this data, and now I suggest this model of consumer behavior online. So that is it, but I don't want to, okay, and I was thinking, because we want to have this nested layout, nested category layout. This is the new name for the three-dimensional. What is a good mathematical model, or any model that predicts user behavior? And I remembered that there is this paper, Suspend and Surprise, in economics, and I said, okay, we can check if that paper is bullshit or true based on the data we have here once we run our experiment. Because there it says, I don't read, but from the title it sounds that, okay, you need to give this suspense or surprise for the consumers to keep them engaged, otherwise they get bored. I don't know if it applies to the e-commerce platform or it's more of a for example, YouTube short thing. But it's nice to check that and say, okay, that model doesn't work here, or that model works here. Or if we come up with our paper, like we do our studies and say, okay, this is how users behave. We come up with a new model for cognitive load for users. Then we have to answer all of these red Amir questions, one dimension, which name is better, which we are doing. And then, so first one was plus editing the text. So we want to edit the text plus photo, pictures, anything in the text. And we want to also One other thing that I numbered 1 here, so let's stick to the numbers. Is saying that yeah, there are too many tasks. Let's prioritize and do one at a time. More detail on notation, truthful mechanism. Let's go to our truthful mechanism and just update the notation based on what we have in our based on the grand design, right? Airbnb red control X control V. Well, okay, maybe we are not able to match all of them, but as far as we can. So for example, we can say DQ as the set of the items. That's the only thing, right? Otherwise, these similarities well, query Q, V is the intent. Well, articulation cost, and I like to call it the specification cost now. Fuck it, articulation cost. Well, okay, I need to fix this part. Okay. I say knowledge. Knowledge graph. Knowledge based graph? What was that? So here, instead of saying so ranking is pi is a good, we need to have the name of the mechanism. Yeah, I don't actually have D of Q. Maybe this part needs to change. 1 to M D of Q. Honestly, I don't want to change that. So it's not a big thing right now. Okay, I'm okay to changing them, but this is not a huge thing, this notation. For the truthfulness part, the mechanism design part, honestly, we have nothing to change. unless SN says, okay, this like parameter, we show it with something else, otherwise I don't know. And then maybe here 1 to M, he said this, he doesn't like this AK. But what is a good presentation? I don't know. I should ask him. I cannot come up. I didn't see any like partitioning of the space. What do they call it here? We don't have it. Yeah. So, okay. It's up to Hassan. Let's leave it to Hassan. I mean, at least after conversation. So let's go editing the whole shit and making it clean and readable, like we are submitting the proposal, and ChatGPTize it. I say cute, and this is done. So we have one task and we have a second task. One is cute and chat GPTize the text. To read surprise and suspend. I'm not gonna play counter anymore for a while. Surprise and suspend paper. Come up with an cognitive load model. So I think each one of these should take 1 page. What do you think? So this is from the paper, we already ChatGPTized it. Flooding and unengaged queries. We can ChatGPTize them too. Yeah, let's do that, and then previous work is done by Hassan. Then we will go to the methodology and rename this stuff, but we need some add paragraphs, and then we can come to the mechanism design, clean this mathematic example, and this is the impact section. Right, knowledge base graph. Knowledge base graph. Each node can be queried leaves, right? Yeah, leave is only one edge on it, so that's it. Very clear. Perfect. And so we did so far flooding and unengaged queries. Let's read this shit first.
In order to provide users with more relatable, higher quality products and increase user engagement, the ranking algorithms of e-commerce platforms take product popularity into consideration. Once a product gains more attention compared to others, the ranking algorithm pushes it to the top of the list. The platform measures a product's popularity by tracking user behavior through metrics like click-through rate, implicit. User behavior directly impacts the feedback loop within the ranking algorithm of e-commerce platforms. Feedback is a sensitive component of any dynamic system and can lead to instability. In ranking and recommender systems, this feedback loop is influenced by user behavior, which is outside the platform's control, making the system vulnerable to instability. If a search query covers multiple categories of products that are not directly comparable, example a cell phone and its case, and one category is more popular, perhaps due to a higher click-through rate, the ranking algorithm may flood the search results with items from the more popular category. As a result, consumers looking for other categories may have difficulty finding what they need, leading to an unsatisfactory experience and potentially causing them to leave the platform. In this work, we propose mechanisms to diversify the search results to prevent such flooding. In search, there is less room for personalization, so the outcome of a ranking algorithm for a general search query should address a variety of user intents.
Can you write up the text about form without changing the meaning Wait, who said in this work? Oh, we said. To enhance user experience, don't read it.
To enhance user experience by offering more relevant, high-quality products and increasing engagement, e-commerce platforms incorporate product popularity into their ranking algorithms. When a product gains more attention relative to others, the algorithm prioritizes it, pushing it higher in the search results. The platform gauges a product's popularity by analyzing user behavior metrics, such as click-through rate, CTR, which serve as implicit signals.
By the
This
way,
user
you may just
behavior
remove all
directly
of it.
influences the feedback loop within the ranking algorithms of e-commerce platforms. Feedback loops are a critical element in any dynamic system and can lead to instability if not properly managed. In the context of ranking and recommendation systems, user behavior, an external factor beyond the platform's control, affects the feedback loop, making the system susceptible to instability. When a search query encompasses multiple product categories that are not directly comparable, for instance, a cell phone and its accessories, and one category is more popular, due to a higher CTR, for example, the ranking algorithm might overwhelmingly favor that category. This can result in a search results page dominated by the more popular category, making it difficult for users interested in other categories to find what they are seeking. This leads to a frustrating experience and may cause users to leave the platform unsatisfied. In this work, we propose mechanisms to diversify search results, aiming to prevent such overrepresentation. Since there is limited opportunity for personalization in search results, the ranking algorithm for a general search query must cater to a broad range of user intents to provide a satisfying and comprehensive experience.
I don't know why I said the personalization part at the end, but that's good. And what I like is that I was worried that, oh, we are using ChatGPT. No, but we are giving ChatGPT stuff and then telling them just write nice sentences for those information and then check if it is accurate or not. So flooding. In e-commerce search, what is unengaged query?
In e-commerce search, an unengaged query refers to a search query that does not lead to meaningful interactions or engagement from users. This typically happens when the search results do not meet the user's intent or expectations. Some signs of an unengaged query include low click-through rate, CTR. Users are not clicking on any of the search results, suggesting that the results are not relevant to their needs. High bounce rate, users quickly leave the search results page without interacting, indicating dissatisfaction with the provided results. Low conversion rate, even if users browse the results, they may not complete any actions, like adding items to the cart or making a purchase, showing that the query failed to connect users with the right products. Short dwell time, users spend very little time reviewing the search results, signaling that they are not engaged with the content. In essence, an unengaged query highlights a mismatch between user intent and the search algorithm's output, leading to poor user interaction and a lack of engagement. This can be caused by vague queries, poor search result relevance, or a lack of appropriate product options. Platforms aim to minimize unengaged queries by improving the quality of search results and better understanding user intent.
How is that related to? That's very good, actually. That's true, all of it. Blind spot. The only thing is that how is that related to They're the blind spot. Okay, what I have. Recommender system. History of user interaction with these queries. Therefore, we do not know if these queries are not popular or just people do not know about them. Seeing they have to fight against the feedback system. Okay, I think actually what I have here is short and good. I don't want to add the definition on it all the time. No, what I have is short and good. Concise. So these are all good. Maybe you say, wait, you said these 3 items, then you're jumping to flooding and unengaged queries. I think we need to add stuff. So they better be here. Maybe we remove flooding. Previous work is good. Now we are in methodologies and approaches. Can be a query? No, it's not easy query. So this, we wanna do this part now. Let's see if I write the, yeah. That's nice, actually.
The rest of the paragraph is clear but could benefit from a few adjustments to improve clarity and flow. Here's my feedback. Unengaged queries are the blind spots of recommender systems. This is a strong and clear opening statement, but you could make it even more specific. Consider rephrasing it to explain why they are blind spots. Example: unengaged queries create blind spots in recommender systems because they lack user interaction data. The platform does not have a rich history of users' interaction with these queries. This is good, but using rich history might be slightly redundant.
Actually, ChatGPT
You could
is
simplify
amazing.
to the
I hated
platform
writing
lacks
whole
sufficient
life,
user
and
interaction
it's doing
data
it
for these
me.
queries.
You
Therefore,
can't
we
just
do not
focus on
know if
math.
these queries are not popular or just people do not know
Get-
about them. The idea is solid, but the phrasing could be more concise. Consider, as a result, it's unclear whether these queries
Yeah,
are
it's just
genuinely
not so
unpopular
simple.
or simply unknown to users.
It
For
just
these
gives me
queries
more
to be
space
seen, they
to
have to
escape
fight
from
against the
writing.
popularity element in the
That's
feedback
what it
system.
is. This is
This point is
amazing.
important but could be reworded for clarity.
We can't just focus on
Perhaps,
thinking.
to gain visibility, these queries must compete with the platform's popularity-driven feedback loop. Revised version.
But I want
Unengaged
to
queries
say,
create
okay,
blind spots in recommender
if
systems because
it
they lack
is
sufficient
making us
user
time
interaction data.
for myself, I don't
As a
talk about
result,
other people.
it's unclear
If it
whether
is
these
making
queries
me
are
more time,
genuinely
I'd rather
unpopular or
better
simply not well
learn
known by
writing
users.
instead
To
of
gain visibility,
spending
these
that free
queries must
time
compete
on
against the
mathematics.
platform's popularity-driven
I'm
feedback loop,
terrible at writing.
which inherently favors items with higher engagement. This version maintains the meaning but
I like
improves
it.
flow and clarity. Let me know if this works for you.
That's actually really good, thank you. Unengaged queries create blind spots in recommender systems because they lack sufficient user interaction data. As a result, it is clear whether these queries are genuinely unpopular or simply not well known by users. To gain visibility, these queries must compete against the platform's popularity-driven feedback loop, which inherently favors items with higher engagement. That's good. Then we are here. See, it was very easy actually. Yeah, we just give each paragraph to ChatGPT and say, fix the flow, fix the, what was it? Fix the flow, fix the writing. In Persian we say, kill it and make it cute, something like that. The rest of the paragraph is clear, but could benefit from a few adjustments to improve clarity and flow. Yeah, let's do that. We can have an example. Let's see. Kill it and make it pretty. I mean, improve clarity and flow. Dude, that's amazing. I just can spit words and it turns it to beautiful paragraphs. Certainly, here is a refined version with improved clarity and flow.
Certainly.
But it's bad actually. It's kind of bad. Well, it is it is good. But the bad thing is that I cannot
A refined version with
say
improved
what I
clarity
want
and flow.
clearly. That's terrible.
Examples.
That is really terrible. It's what an engineer really needs, but I'm becoming lazy about it. As an engineer, you should not like write. An engineer doesn't like writing, so. But it is not good. I think I'm escaping from something that I need to learn. But
Consider the search query iPhone. This could relate to various products, including the iPhone itself, cases, headphones, and more. However, if cases have the highest click-through rate, CTR, a ranking algorithm that prioritizes CTR might overwhelmingly populate the search results with iPhone cases. As a result, consumers searching for the iPhone or headphones will struggle to find their desired products amidst the flood of cases. This version improves readability, condenses the idea, and provides a more natural flow.
you know what it
Let me
is?
know if this is what you're aiming for.
You know what it is? That's the problem. Okay, we as engineers found a way to write paragraphs nice, and because we don't like writing, we use this. But previously we used to work 6 hours and keep 2 hours for writing. Now with this, you may say, oh, you have to do 8 hours of like solving the problem because ChatGPT is doing that 2 hours for you. That's what will happen. But as no, you are not, I am not just an engineer, I'm a human being. So I need that 2 hours of time for my writing. Instead, I should spend that 2 hours for something, like spend on my writing skills. But I don't do that. And it just makes engineers more extremist mental masturbators who cannot connect with other people because at the end maybe they just like if engineers end up being just spitting some words and like giving it to ChatGPT, after a while they turn off. But once you do it 8 hours a day, at the end of the day, an engineer, after 10 years of working as an engineer, you cannot talk, you can just spit words. I don't know, that's something for engineers. Watch, the tools you use may hurt you. I'm worried about you. You are my community, and I'm worried for you. So, don't work 8 hours again. Work 6 hours, 2 hours, learn marketing, presentation, and this stuff. I know you don't like it, but it's important. Various products, including the iPhone itself. But also, to be honest, who wants to spend their creativity on writing on these paragraphs about scientific stuff? Go go take a writing class about literature. This is bullshit. Yeah, don't waste it on this. Leave it to ChatGPT, but keep that time and go learn it. Go do MBA. That's what you need. 6 hours. We have people who are MBA now, people who are engineers now. Now with ChatGPT, you can be 60% engineer, which is as good as that old engineer, and learn 40% MBA and I don't know, leadership and writing and stuff. Then we will have a person which have the benefits of the both world. Wow, I want to be that fucking person. All right. If you are using ChatGPT, you are not allowed to do mathematics stuff 8 hours. You have to keep that same 6 hours. That 2 hours is for other thing. Don't exploit your talent in solving problem. That's it. But what is the difference? What difference is it? I would consider. Largest, highest click-through rate, largest click-through rate, like that's it. At least learn from this, at least check, compare, so next time you, oh my god. But I know our laziness ends up us to where I exactly said. We will be 8 hours engineers and we don't know how to write, and we get out of our office and we cannot talk with people. That's fucked up. Overwhelm populate this researcher with iPhone cases. And you know, you have to work 8 hours, because why? Because if you don't, some other people do it, work 8 hours and they take your place. So what, you know, actually you should not work in this kind of environments. That's that for long, like for short term, yeah, you want to do that, but for long term, fix your fucking life that you don't have to work for another person and you have to work for yourself. Ranking algorithm that priority might overwhelm populate the search result with iPhone cases. As a result, consumers search for the iPhone. Or you can work for engineer and be a manager. Yeah, I think new roles will show up. I think those strict engineers will go extinct, and we will have new forms of engineers who work 6 hours engineering, and they also have skills of an MBA student, a person, and 2 hours of their life. They are 60% engineers and 75% engineers, 25% they know how to talk with other people. If the ranking algorithm is trained to rank product without blah blah blah. Okay, so it changed. Perfect. Our approach makes sure products related to search query are from different categories. Therefore, even if one of the categories is very popular in comparison, it cannot take over all the list. The dominant category will be at the top of the list. So left for the other categories as well. For the service, then what happens, we suggest. Okay, this part should not be just about flooding. So here it's just about flooding, which is not good. Because we mentioned we also have flea market problem. We have flea market problem, we have flooding problem. So our problem is the mechanism design problem. Well, when we say different categories, average make sure products related to the search query are from different categories. Even if one of the categories is very popular in comparison, it cannot take over all the list. The dominant category will be at the top of the list, but there are slots left for other categories as well. So to identify when flooding happens, we suggest a method to find product. So this part, I don't know. That's good to have them, but it is not all of our research. This is just part of our research that fixes flooding. We want to also escape from flea market. Well, why am I saying at the second step, pose a solution? This paragraph is not enough. So we want to address flooding and, well, this is not enough. Like these are nice, they are all true. We want to keep them, but this is not all of the things we want to address. We want to also flea market. So can I start from a point and what are the options right now? We can say, okay, we have this presentation. This ends up in flooding. All right. And then we say, okay, we can have diversification and categorization. That helps. But we also make sure that it doesn't end up in flea market. All right. That's a good idea. So we can say that. Actually, we can keep that. We can say that we had this ranking algorithm. It ended up in flooding. We added diversification, and it sometimes ended up in flea market. Now we just add the diversification. Good enough amount that stops flooding and the flea market doesn't happen as well. So we can keep it, but we can also come up with something from the beginning and say, this is our solution. This doesn't lead in flooding. This doesn't lead in flea market. So I think the order, to be honest, order of flooding and flea market doesn't matter. You see, we had a problem, we had an algorithm, ended up in flooding. Flooding, wanted to solve diversification, it ended up in flea market. So there should be less diversification for some queries. Or you can say do an algorithm that doesn't lead in flooding at the first place, so we don't need to add diversification. I mean, yeah, what I want to say is that we want to start this paragraph by addressing whole set ranking from the beginning. What do we have in this paragraph, by the way? Objective. So this is the general problem we want to solve. It's whole set ranking. Which part of it is flooding? And then previous word. Then so these are old. I think they're not wrong, they're old. They're not wrong, they're old. I didn't update. I want to keep them, but I want to know how to update them now. How is it done today, and what are the limits of current practice? What is new your approach? Well, okay, it is how it's done today. It's a good idea. Well, it ends up in flooding, which is the problem. What is new in your approach, and why do you think it will be successful? Okay, these are the questions we were trying to answer, and then we are saying what is our approach is the nested category layout. Right? So we already talked about the limits of current practice in the previous section, which is flooding and flea market. FF. Fat fuck. Now we wanna new in our approach that so let me add this maybe. Our approach is to address flooding. Our approach makes sure products related to the search query are from different categories. Therefore, even if one of the categories is very popular in comparison, it cannot take over all the list. The dominant without generating. Okay, to address flooding without generating a flea market search result. Our approach makes sure products related to the search query are from different categories. However, we do not overwhelm the user by showing however we do not overwhelm the user by showing too many different categories at once. Instead, we use a nested category layout presentation method that balances the extremes of flooding and flea market. By using hierarchy of for sure I write hierarchy wrong. Hierarchy of nested categories. Maybe I remove the example like that. I need some feedback from my collaborators. To be honest, we had to talk to measures. Let's look for the other categories as well. So here we are suggesting that we want to keep the flooding in general, but do some edits on the flooding, the algorithm that leads to flooding, and come up with a solution that is good. Somebody may say we want to keep the flea market algorithm that leads to flea market, and do some edits to it so that it's not too diverse. Somebody may say from the beginning I want to come up with a new algorithm that ranks the items in a way that's good. All of them may work. I want to say to come up with a whole set ranking algorithm that I don't like it, to be honest, that addresses flooding. It's like you should come up with an algorithm that does not generate flooding or flea market search result or approximation from different by using of hierarchy. 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 Flea market happens when the algorithm shows too many products from too many products categories therefore we can the number is 2, 4 or 5. For instance, and if user needs more refined categories, they can click on each on the so they want to DVR in this part. User wants some more refined categories here, they can click on each parent node. Parent node category in the search result. Not okay. I don't want to say some of the options are. I want to say our solution is the nested layer, and we want to compare it with some of the solutions that already exist. What are you doing? What is this? What is this? Three missed calls. Why? Who called me? What's happening? Do I have any appointment or anything? Oh my god, bro. Shit, I didn't know that. You will tell me. Oh, my refocus is on. They were calling me all the time. Shit. Jeez. Well, nobody said anything here. What about here? Nobody said anything here as well. Alright, dudes. It's Andy's defense today. What the fuck? I didn't know that. Where is it? Well, I don't know where Andy's defense is. Fuck, okay. Did he send me an invite? No. Alright, I will pause it and come back. Okay, I'm back. I think Andy didn't tell us to go for his defense. He just invited us for his birthday party. Now the goodbye party. Andy is going to Stanford. Andy. I couldn't find anything, so I don't know. Andy's somebody, if he wants to tell you, no, you should be here, he sends you a calendar invite. So I think he didn't want. Let's go back. I texted Sam. By the way, I invited Andy so many times to be on the podcast. People are shy. I don't know. Not shy, but they don't like the podcast. No, they are shy. Here is the refined version. What is this? Amir is developing. Oh, that's cool actually. Manage memories. Oh, shoot. I didn't know that. Alright, to develop a whole set ranking. Dude, that's the future. ChatGPT is the future. Let's learn ChatGPT. How to make money out of you, bitch. Let's open a new one. How to make money out of you. Academic, I'm doing it. Content creation. Building tools for e-commerce. Dude, don't use your memory. Vision and online courses. Fuck, I hate it. What if I want to change? What if I want to be a new person? You should remove your memory. Use your memory whenever I tell you. Fuck. So what are you talking about here? Okay, go ahead.
Here's a refined version. To develop a whole set ranking algorithm that avoids flooding or flea market search results, our approach ensures that products related to a search query are drawn from a variety of categories. However, we avoid overwhelming the user by limiting the number of categories displayed at once. Instead, we employ a nested category layout that balances between flooding and flea market extremes by leveraging hierarchical categories. This ensures that even if one category is significantly more popular, it cannot dominate the entire list. The most popular category will appear at the top, but there will still be slots reserved for other categories. The first step is identifying when flooding or flea market effects occur. We propose a method to detect products and categories that dominate the output of a general search query. This requires collaboration between the category and filtering teams and the ranking algorithm team. Flooding happens when one category has a disproportionately high click-through rate, CTR, or other ranking metrics compared to others. For example, in the case of the iPhone query, flooding occurs because iPhone cases, being less expensive than the phone itself, are purchased more frequently. On the other hand, The flea market effect arises when the algorithm presents too many products from different categories. To mitigate this, we limit the number of categories displayed per page, for instance, to 4. If users require more refined categories, they can click on the parent category node in the search results. The second step is to propose a solution for presenting search results that prevents both the winner-takes-all and flea market effects. This revision should help with readability while maintaining the original meaning. Let me know if you'd like any further tweaks.
Okay, I want to change the last paragraph. The second step, we compare our nested category layout presentation to other forms of presentation already on the platform by doing experiment. Change the last one. What is it? Change the last paragraph to change the last paragraph to second step, we compare our nested what is it, category layout with some other forms of presentation. On to change the other things that we compare this together. Other forms of presentation. Let's see how customers interact with each one of them. No, refine. Save. How? So these parts we can remove and say so I want to add a section. No title. How can I add it? Okay, one thing is left is vertical list view also. Oh, we have it vertical list view. Alright. Have to go. Okay. Following different form. So search. I feel we can go one warm up, one round, whatever it is. We don't care if it is pool. We don't care if it is shoot. We don't care if it is baggage. One round, that's it, as minimum as possible. Wait, good. I cannot go to that. Dude, I need a refocus for this app. Oh, actually we can. That's fucked up. Timer is bullshit. One round and a half. By half I mean a warm up is amazing.
Let's roll.
Then we will go fix the rest of it, all the formats, and then we want to say comparing. We are comparing this. I'm another person. I guess we are gonna play 2 rounds because first round is always warm up. Oh, okay, no, it's just 1.5. Maybe voice is too loud for you. Actually, we had the warm up here, as I told you. Alright. Ah, bro! Give us a second. One person at a time to that. Dude, I had it. That was a good run. That was a good run. You're there, brother. Oh shit. Dude, what am I doing? Okay. Let's change the mindset. Dude, I can't. Fuck up, dude. Poultry illness is the #1 here. Oh shoot, bro, don't kill us like that. Come on, I killed better. My clip was better. Dude, how could they kill me? Oh, they're really good. Shit. Dude, shit. Okay. Super stealth. No, I'm here. Alright, bitch. You come. Are you going to? Dude, I am clicking. Doesn't make sense. Bro, they just keep shooting. I don't know. Every time. Bitch. Knifer is in our team? Bro, come on. Knifer was in our team. Can you believe that? I killed. How did you get? I killed. Okay. Since I killed Ray. Do you think our sniper will make it? Yeah, me. Yeah, okay, they're really good. And this was their warm-up. It was accidental that we started the warm-up as a wholesale. What is here? Brother, I'm coming here for you. Where are these motherfuckers? Look, how couldn't I kill? I had it. Movement matters. Oh shit, we have them. Dude, come on! Trauma. Okay, I think we got them actually. Our team is stronger. Look, we hold all these locations. They are not around. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Every time they're shooting me. No. Yeah, shoot there. Who are you shooting, dumb fuck? I couldn't. I jump, I die. Fuck it, who cares? I'm back, idiots. That's a good one. Oh, shoot. Woof! That was good. That felt good. That felt good too. That felt better. How did you drop him? How did you drop my boy? Cocaine. Oh shoot! Actually, this is a good angle to attack. Left untouched for a while. Dude, I killed him. Bitch. Let's go straight again. Where are they, these motherfuckers? They are killing me every time. I didn't kill any of them for a long time. Oh shit, did you see that? You fucking fast, by the way. Okay, finally. Who is shooting? Who is shooting? Dude, give me some time. Ah, dude! Come on! Why do you fall? Oh, fuck. Jeez. 3 of us. Oh shit. Chicken is there. I think we can go there. Boom! Dude, I'm not that bad. Come on. Bruh, every time you kill them, what about me? Oh shoot. This motherfucker. See how rude they are. Finally cherishing me. Yoo-hoo! Just for the fun. Where is this going? Downstairs. Is it British sniper position? Where are you, dog? It was the time. Damn. One and a half, as I promised. Alright, goodbye guys. 2 hours.